Hi guys, today we're making the Starbutts Tumbler. So welcome to BGtumblers. I've already done my hang method and put on Glitter Chimp Murphy's Law green glitter. Next, after that dried, I'm putting on my first layer of epoxy. This is a 20-ounce tumbler, so I only did for this first one 25 milliliters of epoxy, and I'm putting it on, smoothing it out a little bit at a time, just to make sure I get as many bubbles out as I possibly can by just putting my epoxy on and making sure that it's level all the way through. And don't forget, always do the bottom. Make sure you cover the bottom. Next, I'm going to take my torch and I'm going to try to get out any fine bubbles that are left. There really weren't a lot on there. Now I have to apologize because my camera, I accidentally erased the part where I did the power wash. As you can see, I power washed it. All I did was use Dawn power wash and white spray paint, and then I printed out my decal, and I'm getting ready to put that on. The decal, for the decal, I printed it out using Hobby Lobby printable vinyl. Next, I used Dollar Tree vinyl in black, green, and white, and I printed out the name, and I'm going to put that on the back of the tumbler. She wanted just a very simple tumbler with just the decal and her name. I think it turned out rather well. Next, I put my water slide on, giving my company name, where I can be found, and also care instructions for the tumbler. I used warm room temperature water. Then I just siphoned all of the water out from under it using my little squeegee that I got from the Dollar Tree. And finally, I took a paper towel just to get all of the rest of the water out, patting it very lightly to make sure I didn't rip or tear the water slide. Finally, I use Quick Coat. Now, I use Quick Coat only when I've got vinyl on, or when I'm using a decal put on from vinyl, because I found that the polyacrylic helps to seal the decals or the vinyl, and I don't have to use quite as much epoxy when I put it on, and I don't have to worry about my letters or my decal popping up. I put this on, and then I put my little heater on, and I set my timer, and I left it on. Normally I leave it on for about 30 minutes, but I had other things to do, so I left it on for about an hour and let it dry. making sure that the polyacrylic was totally dry. I put my coat of epoxy on, and in my epoxy, I used a little additive called snow caps. It just gave a little sparkle over the decal and over the letters. You don't need to use very much. As you can see, I only used a pinch in there. I did use 20 mLs of epoxy to cover this the first time because I wanted to make sure I put a nice thick coat on. So after putting this coat on, I use my torch to pop any fine bubbles. After that, I let it dry for 2 hours because it was dry to the touch. And then I put a final coat on, setting my timer, letting that dry, using the same process that I had used. And this is the final product. I think it turned out really well. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and have a great time tumbling.